What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls fall to the Pacers at home, 145-126. Gave up the second highest first half point total to an opponent in franchise history. Wow. We'll break this one down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame is presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. Download the Bet365 app. Use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Thanks for being here, Bulls fans. Hit the like button if you're hanging out with us on YouTube. The like button is free, and at the end of tonight's show, it might get you a tank spin if we get enough of them. Ooh. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow! BAWL Sports. And the one on those controls who just gasped with excitement about the potential of a tank spin. Queen of the controls, Chloe Thale. What up, Chloe? Did you enjoy another night of Bulls basketball?
I did. I did. Dave has such a fun, like, when you say Big Dave and then you have your own little, like, bam. So mine is hee-hee.
Mine is what now? What'd you say?
Bam.
Is that what that is?
No?
It's not
what?
Bam.
I'm saying ball, bam. But B-A-W-L.
Bow.
Try it.
Bow.
One more time. Bow. You can do it.
Bow.
Oh, okay, you're getting better.
That's a little better.
You got to put some meat behind it.
Yeah.
Put some mustard on it.
Behind which word?
Yeah.
Which letter?
Bow.
Bow.
All
of it.
B-A-W-L.
That was kind of good.
Well, actually, bow.
Bow.
There you go. You ain't got to do the hand. That's not necessary.
That's what you were doing. I thought that would help with the pronunciation of it.
We should just have an hour-long seminar about the correct pronunciation of bow.
That was the name of my old podcast, Cody. That's why I said it like
bow on Bulls.
Yes.
Shout out. Shout out to y'all, Bulls Nation. If you watched that one, good for you. Yellow Tavern in the chat said, got home from work, saw the score was 100-78 in the third quarter and said, no, thank you. Thomas said, don't, where was it? Something about crying because it happened, smile because it's almost over. Julia saying it's almost over. That's right, y'all. 76 down, 6 to go. 145-126, Dave.
Yeah.
80, what did they give up? 83?
83.
At half?
83.
Shout out to second highest point total allowed by an opponent in franchise history. We caught the other one. That would be the Klay Thompson-Jackie Moon game in the fall of 2018.
Yeah.
The Warriors put up 93 on the Bulls.
God.
We saw that one, too.
We have suffered.
My God. By the way, Pacers ended up one assist shy of having just the 11th 50-assist game in NBA history with 49.
Wow.
145 points allowed. Look, I mentioned pregame that this Pacers team, for all of its flaws and all of its epic tanking, post-All-Star break, had the 7th best effective field goal percentage in the NBA.
Yeah.
They might be shorthanded. They might have a terrible defense, but they have been scoring recently. That's why they won 2 of their last 4 games. That's why they had a couple of high point total losses, close losses to both of the LA teams recently. And they had Siakam out there.
Yeah.
Only needed him for 22 minutes.
That's it.
But Siakam was doing his thing, and all of his Pacers teammates were knocking down their shots.
Yeah, correct.
Open shots.
Open. First of all, shout out to Ron, who just said the best part of the game is being here for post game.
Hey, shout out to you, Ron. Appreciate
it. Yeah, Matt, just some true trash ball out there. That, what I saw as far as the lineup that ended the game, is what should have been going on for a long time now.
Interesting. Speak to me.
So
speak to the people.
That lineup that you saw,
Mm-hmm.
that's the tanking. That's the lineup you have out there.
That's the tankerific.
That's the tankerific. That's the tankeroony right there. You have that lineup out there because I can sit there and actually analyze certain guys, and I can enjoy what they're doing out there. Like, oh, okay, Yuki might do something fun. Oh, McClung, you know what I mean? Couple of and ones. That was fun. Okay, Leonard Miller. Let me sit and watch what he does. Okay, Lockie out there grabbing some rebounds. That's the lineup I want to see. If you want to throw in a veteran or something in there, you know what I mean, just for the starting five, cool. But that's the lineup that I need to see. For real, for the rest of the season, I don't need to see Giddey no more. I'd rather him just be healthy. Okay, if he's going down with injuries this close to the end of the season, I'd rather him just chill out and just, get 100%. What are we playing for? If Matas still wants to play, okay, I'm not truly against that. I get that, second year coming in, but me personally, I'd settle. But I understand it. I get it. But that's the lineup. That's what you want to see, because what we just watched in that first half, the most fun thing you saw in the first half was when the lineup came in that I just talked about. When they cut the lead to 39-33, when it was like 42-36, when it was like Dillingham and Yuki and all those guys out there on the floor. Oh, yeah, fun stuff. Yeah, oh, look at that pass by Yuki, all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see, and that's what I think I had and probably you had in your head when we're talking about a lineup of Tanky right there. It's that kind of lineup right there that you want to see. But, alas, we're not gonna get that one. So we're going to get Yabusele starting, and I still don't know why he's starting over Leonard Miller. But Yabusele is out there. He did his thing, the 20 points and 6 rebounds. He got a lot of that in garbage
leading
time.
Scorer,
Yeah.
Gershon Yabusele.
I don't know if that's a great thing, guys.
What a phrase to come out of a mouth.
Seriously. And I mean, Isaac Okoro, and I mean, they had, 5 guys in double figures?
All 5 starters, plus 2 off the bench.
They put up 126. Almost took that bet that both teams were going to get over 120 points. Always go with your
Would have
first
been a smart
kids.
one.
Always go with your first minds, kids. But overall, you saw it. You saw how trash this was. You saw how bad it was for the team, and you just saw a team that I know just out-executed the Bulls. I can't sit there and tell you they had all just like Gugob's more talent than the Chicago Bulls did, minus Siakam, obviously, minus Toppin. But the execution of what they were doing. How do I know this? Because they had 49 assists. That is crazy. Go look at their points off turnovers. It was absolutely insane.
It was
I think I will.
An absurd number when you asked me midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it was like 19 when they had it in the second quarter, man.
Yeah.
But go ahead, check out those points off turnovers.
32 points off turnovers for Indy.
Check that out.
Wow.
Check that out right there. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a team that's showing you they know what they're doing. That team that likes to run. That's going to get that steal and get out there and score. They made some of those assists were just awesome. They were just running really fun, smart, high IQ basketball out there. And they just attacked and attacked and attacked. I talked about it in pregame, Matt. I don't know what it is about the Bulls when the Pacers get to the Bulls. But when they get to the Bulls, man, they turn it on. And I mean, they turn it up and they turn it on and they turn it out. That's how they do against the Chicago Bulls, man. 4-0 now are the Pacers against the Bulls. Of their 18 wins, 4 of them against the Chicago Bulls. And that started early in the season. So it's not like it's brand new and they just kicked it in. No, they've been beating the Bulls all year long, man, with their best lineups and their worst lineups. They've been winning against the Chicago Bulls, man. Their execution has been outstanding, and you can just tell that that's a team that is really just going to be a colossal problem once they get healthy, man. Like, because that mentality of them is still there. The same mentality from last year that carried them to the finals, that pedigree, all that stuff is still absolutely there for this team right now, and they showcased it tonight.
Why don't we see what Bulls fans are talking about in that chat with checking it out, Chloe? Check out that chat. Shout out to y'all for being here on an ugly night of Bulls basketball. Checking it out is sponsored by our friends at Old National Bank. Every play matters, whether it's on the field or in your financial life. The best teams win by delivering excellence at every level. Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Member FDIC. Why don't we kick it off with Jeff, who said, it looks like Giddey was playing injured. Didn't stop you all from talking bleep about him, though. Hope you give him a public apology.
So what now?
Well, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll read it and censor it myself. first of all, I've already given Josh a public apology much long ago, earlier this season, when I corrected my previous statement that the Bulls traded Alex Caruso for nothing because Josh Giddey is not, in fact, nothing. He's Josh Giddey.
He did say this.
Great, moving on. I don't think that he was playing hurt. Matter of fact, if you listen to what Billy said in his pregame media availability about why he wasn't playing tonight, is that hamstring tightness popped back up like yesterday. Today. He wasn't even on the injury report yesterday. You got to add to the injury report today. As in earlier today.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't want to hear some false conjecture about how Josh has been playing through an injury for the last dozen games or whatever, because unless Billy, Josh, and or the Bulls medical staff are just flat out lying, which, okay, I get the skepticism as soon as they came out of my mouth. But, like, no, I don't think he was playing hurt recently.
But, Matt, even to that point, if he is playing hurt, why?
Yeah, there you go.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you out there? You're not helping if you're telling me that he's playing hurt. That's not helping anything. And again, when do you think he got hurt? I'm curious as to when you think. Was it when he had 19 assists?
Yeah.
Or when he had just a bad game? I don't know. But his point is right. Like, he wasn't on the injury report. Billy said it just popped up. You got to go with that.
And Ryan in the chat saying, shut down Giddey. He's too important for the future to risk injury in the rest of this useless season. And look, I get some people disagree with that, and they want Giddey to go out there and play, especially if he and Matas can build something together chemistry-wise in the final stretch. And even I was sitting here saying, soon after the trade deadline, and the Bulls had umpteen guards to sort through. Yeah. And at that point, we still thought maybe they were interested in keeping some of said guards when you're talking about the pool of Sexton, Ivy, Simons, Dillingham. Like, let's see what Josh Giddey looks like next to all these guys.
Yeah.
Because what are you using the 20-some post-All-Star break games for anyway?
Figure that out.
At this point now, no more false hopes and false pretenses about we're still competing for that 10th spot. No.
Nope.
You're done. Yeah. Season's done. At this point, I think it makes less and less sense to play Josh at all.
100% agree with this, Matt.
At all.
It's less than 10 games left. You already are what you are. You know, like, what else do you need to see from him?
And this group of players that are available now, what are you going to learn?
What you about to learn?
Or how is Josh going to improve?
I mean, yeah.
No insults intended to the crop of players who are out there right now, and bless their hearts, because it's probably not fun to lose by 20 to the worst team in the league. Yeah. But that's what y'all just had to endure.
Yeah.
But
I was about to say that too.
Like, what is ventured versus what is gained?
Exactly.
At this point.
And that's what I was about to say to you. Like, I think I've learned, at least I'm just talking for me, I think I've learned what I need to see from Josh Giddey as far as who he's playing with.
Yeah.
I saw the chemistry happen with Matas. Okay? I saw that. And I was like, that's good. I saw the best chemistry I wanted to see was with the guards. All the guards that the plethora of guards they brought in. Who does he click with the most? I think we have our answer, and that was Colin Sexton. I think we saw that. So I'm like, cool. Those two things are answered. As far as his game is concerned, like, in these last 6-7 games, those things aren't going to be corrected. Those are off-season things that he's going to have to work on, you know, to continue to get better. So the last 7 games aren't going to showcase any of that. And also, like, why are you risking the injury being out here for a win that means nothing to your team? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I'd rather them, you know, if this is the future of your team, Matt, and he's telling you he's hurt and he's telling you he's injured, then I would take that very seriously and be like, okay, bro, 7 games left, 6 games left now. Okay, I don't really need you in there right now. Let me get a look at these other guys out here. Yuki, McClung, fine. Let me see what they got. Because those 6 games matter more to them than it does to Josh Giddey and where this team is going. Honestly, in the last 6 games, it matters more to them because this is their careers and that they're playing for. I just told you everything Josh Giddey got and what he's established on. Now I need him to work on these things in the offseason, come back for the regular season, an even better guard than he is already. So, yeah, man, like, that should be the focus right now. That's why I thought that lineup that ended the game is the one that we should be seeing right now going forward, is this lineup with those kind of players in there who have something that they're still playing for, because you're not playing for wins no more right now. You're for real just playing for development. So let me see the guys who truly, truly need that development.
Kevin in the chat saying, for the year, we're 12th in offense, 27th in defense. We need size and defense more than shooters. The Bulls are not 12th in offense. I don't know what stats you're looking at.
Maybe it's the last few games or something?
But he said for the season.
Oh, for the season.
Yeah,
oh,
what is this?
Maybe
Maybe you mean starting from January 1st? Is that what you mean by a year?
That could be the case.
Because I do know that the Bulls' offensive numbers have been a bit more respectable recently, but they're 20-something than offense for the season.
Not great.
But again, at this point, as far as even like evaluating, okay, what does this team need, and what can we learn by playing certain guys down the stretch here, especially the final strings, the final single-digit number of games.
Yeah.
I don't even think you're really going to learn a whole lot about what you need next, roster-wise, other than a hell of a lot more talent than we have right now. Mm-hmm. I think the bigger fish to fry, so to speak, is figuring out certain people holding certain positions above the 15 guys holding roster spots.
Correct.
And those out there playing on the court.
Correct.
And puzzle pieces of players.
Get out.
I think there are pressing issues at hand that need to be, addressed before figuring out fit of players next season.
Get out.
With that, let's knock out our first ad break. We'll come back on the other side. Get more into tonight's game. I see a lot of Pat chat hanging out in the YouTube comment section.
Oh, my Lord.
We will get to that. We'll also revisit our pregame picks with that Bet365 pick tracker, and we'll still hear from our guy, Willie Gottlieb. All still ahead. Hit the like button if you want a take spin, y'all. We'll ask Chloe after the ad break how many likes we need for a take spin tonight. We'll be right back.
Chloe's like unlimited power. 5. There it is. The number 5. It's a beautiful number. 5 years. A lot can happen in 5 years. Our producer Chloe might recognize that Flamin' Hot Funyuns are trash in 5 years.
What?
I might recognize that Flamin' Hot Funyuns are very delicious. They're solid. They're cool. You should get some, though. You should buy some. I eat the whole bag. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. It's just not the greatest. But I recognize that in 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. One thing that won't change is that 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years at the same dang price. Best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment is included with all of this. They are amazing. Peep the Xfinity loft, ladies and gentlemen. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
CHGO Bulls is also brought to you by Old National Bank. Whether it's on the field or the hardwood or in your financial life, the best teams win by delivering excellence at every level. Listen up, Michael. At Old National Bank, they believe that every play matters. From everyday checking to long-term planning and commercial banking, their team is here to build momentum and help you keep that ball moving forward. It all starts with a plan tailored for you by professionals you can trust. From simple tasks to bigger financial moments, you can count on Old National Bank to coordinate your needs with steady, knowledgeable guidance that bring clarity and confidence to each and every step. It's a partnership designed to help you feel supported, not just today, but well into the future. So whether you're celebrating a big win or celebrating a big tank win or gearing up for whatever comes next, Fire AK, they've got your back with tools, insights, and an expert crew that's always in your corner. Old National Bank, member FDIC, where relationships and results matter.
Fire AK.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along. Certain Bulls fan emotions just, creeping their way into our ad reads these days.
Get them out.
Can't help it.
Get them out.
Peck, Big Dave hanging out with y'all Bulls Nation. Chloe on the controls. We'll talk to Goat in a little bit. Going back to that chat, Dave, DeVille saying, I can't take Patrick Williams in a Bulls uniform anymore. Dog Day says Patrick with the same old moves from 5 years ago. WTF does he work on in the gym besides that same dribble hesitation BS and then passing? What do I say every time down the court with his dribble pass, dribble pass? With an option on turnover.
That's it. You know what? I like calling upon the chat sometimes to type out certain things. And I appreciate y'all always indulging me. I'm going to call upon you right now to do that same thing. Everybody in the chat, type in the word ass. That's all I need you to do. Ass.
You don't have to put it on the screen, Chloe.
You ain't got to put it on the screen, Chloe. You ain't got to put it on the screen. But just type that into the chat. If you're in the chat, there you go. Just type the word in for me because this dude, the purest, uncut, organic, 100% grass-fed, farm-to-table, no pesticides, no artificial flavors, just the purest of ass. Like, it is ridiculous. I put out the last 10 games, and I read this to you.
Dude.
And he lost his brain. I'm going to read it to y'all. Patrick Williams in the last 10 games. Mm-hmm. Played 20 minutes.
Per game.
Per game.
Yeah, not total. Yeah.
20 minutes. All right. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 28% from the field. 21% from 3.
Oh, God.
69%, nice, from the free throw line. The assiest of ass. This dude is trash, bro.
Size?
Matt, that is trash. That is trash, and it's so bad. How about you look at what he did tonight? How about we go ahead and look at that one right there? Patrick Williams in that 13 minutes. No points.
Dude.
0 for 4. All threes.
Missed free throws, too.
2 free throws missed. 4 rebounds. There you go. 1 assist. 3 turnovers. Let me talk about the turnovers for a second. He walked in the game, and in the first 3 minutes, he had 2 turnovers. He walked into the game, and in the first 3 minutes, he had 2 turnovers. 1, I got it. Behind my back, spin, gone. Get out of here. Next one, I got that one too, baby. Here, come at you. What are you doing with your life? Get out of here. He's trash. Dude. Why is he here? And I know why he's here, because AK signed him to a dumbass contract that is way too long. Another reason why that dude should be fired and shouldn't be on this team. AK should be fired, all right? But this is atrocious. Atrocious. Chloe, when I'm telling Chloe, I've watched poor Chloe's brain start breaking just a little bit, sitting there watching this game with us, which happens to all our producers who sit there and watch the game with us. They all have a breaking point, and it's usually Patrick Williams they have a breaking point on. And Chloe's like, why did y'all plays for this dude? Why is he touching the basketball?
When Chloe said, why do they keep passing him the ball? I lost it.
It just feels so simple.
Yes. Don't do
very
it.
Simple.
Well, and I mean, you can tell one of his newer teammates, Colin Sexton, and Dave, you've pointed this out before tonight, but it happened again tonight.
Yes, Colin.
If Colin Sexton is on the floor with Pat and he sees Pat while Colin has the ball, he looks the other way.
He's like, nope. Nope. He ran a play with Lockie instead. He called him in, backed up, ran a pick and roll, and gave Lockie a nice bounce pass, and Lockie laid it up. But I'm just telling you, Patrick was right there on the elbow, wide open. I'm telling you, that ball was going. He would not even look that direction right there, man. He is not good. Ladies and gentlemen, like, it is not good. Chloe was like, there's no way he's 24 years old. Yeah, he is. He's 24 years old, man. Shout out to him. And again, shout out to his agent. Shout out to the money he's making. You'll never hear me hating on some money he's making, man. But the person that put the contract in front of him should be fired.
So our guy Clem in the chat is saying, I think Pat has cemented his legacy as the worst player this franchise has ever seen.
Thank you.
I mean,
I've been waiting the offseason to say these things.
It's bad. I don't know if it's that bad, but it feels like it's getting there.
I won't say worst player. I do have a take on it. I'm going to wait, though.
Shout out to Trexel, who throws a super chat saying, Billy Donovan blessing us with that #1 draft pick meal deal lineup before he goes to UNC. Hashtag Patrick bleep. Dr. Professor saying P. Will makes me yearn for the Felicio days. P-ass.
That part, that Casey Johnson thing right there.
Oh my God, the halftime hit about him.
Yeah,
shout out Ron. The cherry on top of that whole thing, and shout out to our guy Jake who noticed it too and messaged us in Slack about it, is that they were talking about how much of a rough time Pat's having. He's doing a little halftime shoot around mini re-warm up. And you see from off camera a ball come flying towards Pat's face, and he has to like duck and hit by it at the last second. While we're talking about how he's shooting 20%.
Oh man, when he said, okay, shout out Casey Johnson. When Casey said that when Pat shoots a shot, he thinks that it's going in, so it's already out of his mind that he made it. My dude, you shoot 21%. Dude. I'm gonna need you to get a new mindset.
Yeah,
something's got to change here, bro. Something's off, man. Like. Remember, they said this is what it was. They were like, well, he's got the 3-point shooting. You know, he can do that at least. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's gone. It's not there right now, y'all. I mean, so if it's not that, then what? What?
Jason saying, what if P. Will was going to be a mid-range demon and Billy ruined him? There's no evidence to suggest that. The one thing he did confidently coming into the league right away was shoot threes.
He did.
And knock them down. Not a high volume, but it's
Not a high
not like he
volume.
was ever a mid-range guy. He had that weird little push shot in the lane.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really call that mid-range game. It was sort of like a weird runner of a shot, and he didn't make it a ton and then just stopped taking it altogether. I don't think that's on Billy, though.
Yeah.
Clout saying that Pat's regressed bad. Like, at least he was playable with DeMar and Zach. This dude does nothing. Because, he would just maybe stand on the weak side of the floor, and if he was open, take and make a catch-and-shoot three. Like,
yeah. Oh, he did a lot of those.
Yeah.
I remember that. You remember the year where he had the yips and you were going crazy because he just had the yips?
Oh, my God.
And he wouldn't shoot the three for some reason?
Wouldn't shoot it.
I remember that stuff, man. And, again, to have a mid-range shot, guys, you got to have handles, too. Like, that is, I don't know a mid-range dude who don't got some handles. At least the great ones. This dude ain't got no handles.
He's got
bro.
the one move that isn't a move.
That's right.
Lefty, in and out, but
That's
not
right.
actually in and out. Just a straight line.
Right.
And then dribble it off.
That's it, man. Like, it's just, it's not good.
I mean,
It's
Mo
not
Play
good.
Gaming pointing out in the chat, maybe somebody's paying him under the table to help us tank this. I mean, talk about tank commander.
Under the tank,
13.
18 million.
Yeah, but so, and that part, I think Eco Bean it was, who just said something about, like, I'm mad at Pat's money, can't trade his money. That, to me, is the most interesting part of this. This is not the first night that we've, as Bulls fans, just, group therapy session about how frustratingly bad Pat has been and how he has not just stayed the same player, but regressed. There's an interesting new wrinkle to this.
Okay.
He's got 3 more years of guaranteed money on his deal. I think so long as AK is here, the man who drafted him, number 4 overall pick,
Yeah.
his pride and joy.
Pride and joy.
He's the one who not only drafted him, but then signed him to that contract. $90 million more guaranteed dollars based on nothing but potential and hope.
That's it.
If AK gets the boot, do the people who come in call a spade a spade? And yes, it's money on your books for more years, but use or at least seriously consider, based on other roster plans and hopes that they have, seriously consider using the wave and stretch on Pat. Because I know Bulls fans have brought it up once or twice this season, and I've mostly up until this point dismissed it because I didn't see it as a realistic possibility.
Okay.
If AK is gone, I think that possibility increases tremendously.
100% it increases.
You want
man.
3 more years of Pat being on your roster, soaking up $18 million of your cap sheet?
They do not.
Or do you want to get rid of him now?
They do.
And pay him the remainder of that guaranteed money over the next 7 years? Yeah, it's annoying to think about it that way because that's what the waive and stretch provision is, by the way.
Sure.
It's remaining years of guaranteed money on contract times 2 plus an additional 1. That's the waive and stretch. So you're talking about somebody with 3 years remaining, waive and stretch, you'll be paying Pat in the early 2030s. Or something like that. Yeah.
There is no way in my mind, if you're bringing in a different basketball person, GM, that he is going to take a look at that young man and say, you're a part of this in the future. I don't see it.
It's a wasted roster spot.
It is a wasted spot. You will bite whatever bullet you have to bite. You will just take it on the chin, all right? Because you can't continue with that if you're trying to get out of what you're in. But if you continue to have something like this on your team, you're not going too far, all right? And maybe they say, okay, we'll keep him, but he'll never play. Like, I don't even want that. I just want it gone. Like, remove it all.
Our guy Dex in the chat pointing out we're not contending over the next 3 years. We don't need that cap space to be spent on a different player. Fair to point out, but I think it's about just the moving on.
Yes, that part, man. Sometimes you just got to cut it and say, forget it. All right, I'll take the L on this. I will charge it to the game. That is fine. That is on us. But that can't be here. Sometimes you do that. You watch NBA teams do that with coaches all the time. Okay, they still have years left on their contract, but they just feel like, you know what? No, I need a different voice. I need a different way to go. You see it all the time. You see it do it with players all the time. You know what? Nah, you can't be around this no more. You can't be in the locker room with this no more. You got to go try something else. That's what this is, yo. Like, you can't. You cannot have this around you anymore. It has got to go. Take the loss. You just have to take it because you lost. You're going to continue to lose for 3 years? You don't win that way. I don't see how the win is. The win is always going to be for him. And congratulations. Again, I'm not like Eco B, man. Shout out to you, bro. But the brother getting his money, I'm not mad at him. He just signed the contract. He didn't negotiate it. They gave it to him. So whether he's overpaid or underpaid, they gave it to him. That's not on him. He just signed the contract and showed up for work. That is what he did. And continuing to show up for work. That's all he did. But my God, you cannot continue to give this dude time and effort on this team if you're trying to move forward and you're a different GM. You got to clean all that out.
Maybe, and maybe there's a buyout agreement that both sides can come to if Pat's ready to get up out of here too. Mm-hmm. And somebody else in the chat just said, I think it was Clem saying, you think Jerry will pay him not to play? And then Tom saying the money's a sunk cost now. The money's guaranteed.
Yeah,
Pat's collecting every one of those last dollars unless they come to a different figure agreement on a buyout, like they did with D Wade when old man Wade was here, and he robbed the Bulls blind for nearly $50 million.
Took him to the playoffs.
Okay. If you call that,
it's what it was.
Playoffs. Okay.
But the same thing is about Felicio. Like, I think about him too, right? Like, him staying here on this team for that long, it was like, no, but you saw the results of what you got because Felicio's still here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to move on, knowing that it's still there, even though it's not going to do anything, it's not going to play. It's still there. You got to move on from it. All right. And then once he moved on, it's like, yay, he's gone. Hey, look, the Bulls get it for before drafting. You got to clear stuff out. Is all I'm saying, guys. You got to clear this stuff out. This can't stay. This can't stand. It just can't.
Shout out to Cloud who said, Pat Williams, good dude, helps his mom run her flower shop or whatever, but terrible basketball player, man. Yeah. Again, none of this is personal with Pat.
I'm talking ball, bro. Listen, I ain't hating on your money or
basketball fans talking about the usefulness of a basketball player. And, I think it may have been our guy Jamal from Bull Central. I saw somebody on Twitter at some point during that game just say, Patrick Williams is not an NBA player. And that's where we are right now. He's not. Bulls are paying him like he is, but he's not. All right, we got to knock out our second half break. We'll come back. More on tonight's game. We'll revisit our pregame picks. We'll talk to the GOAT. By the way, quickly, how many likes do we need, Chloe? I forgot to ask you. That's on me. I forgot to ask.
She got it.
70.
70 likes for a tank spin, y'all. You know what to do. Hit it. It's free. We'll be right back.
Summertime's coming.
Oh.
Springtime is really close.
Get here.
We're still in that, Chicago weird weather vortex where we're getting all the weathers in one. And I'm saying this to always tell you that no matter the weather, it is always sunny side, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be getting down with sunny side because our friends at Sunnyside Dispensary are here to elevate your season. Baseball, basketball, football, hockey, college, don't matter. They elevating it, y'all. Sunnyside is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping. They have an awesome selection with over 100 different strains to choose from with easy online ordering and in-store pickup. Whether you're in Illinois, Sunnyside has got that location just for you because they got spots as far south as Champaign, shout out Fighting Illini, and as far north as South Beloit. Stop into the store nearest you for that expert guidance that they can only provide. Head to that website for only the best under the sun. Includes 50% off your first 3 online purchase. Use that HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Sunnyside Dispensary, only the best under the sun, only for 21 and over Illinois Met card holders.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Bet365. And right now is a perfect time to download that app and create an account for the first time. Be sure to use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up because when you do that, you can take advantage of their bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets promo going on right now. Create an account, sign up, throw $10 in your account, take $5 of those dollars, bet it on anything. Baseball, it's back. Basketball, still going on. Hockey, still going on. Coming down to the wire in men's and women's tourney. Throw a bet on that if you want. Win or lose that bet, don't matter. You're getting 150 in bonus bets either way. It's no Chicago handshake, but as far as great deals go, it's probably the next best thing. Bet365, where winning is everything. Download that app. And again, don't forget that promo code CHGO365 when you sign up today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please, gamble responsibly. CHGO Bulls post game rolling along Wednesday night. Bulls fall to the Pacers. That's a season sweep. And, I heard a jingle, but let's hold off on the GOAT for just a couple minutes so we can quickly revisit our pregame picks, shall we, Chloe?
Pregame picks.
Pregame picks. Of course, presented
Paper.
by Bet365, as is our pick tracker. Download that Bet365 app with promo code CHGO365 today. Bet365, where winning is everything. I had a tough night, Dave. 0 for 3. Siakam boards. He fell 3 short. Only played 22 minutes.
He did.
Not an excuse, but an observation.
He was cooking while he was out.
He was cooking. Yeah. 25 on 11 of 16. Pretty efficient night.
Yeah.
Just didn't need to do a ton of work on the boards. Shout out to Kobe Brown, who had 8 boards for the Pacers. And then my 2 Bulls picks were Sexton hitting 3 threes. He went 1 of 5. Come on, Sexton. Let me down, man. And Trey Jones. I especially thought, in the absence of Josh Giddey, that Jones would do some more scoring tonight. Again, as always, efficiency from Trey Jones, 7 of 11 from the field. Hit his only 3 that he took, but only 15 points. You know what? I went 3 for 3 on Monday, 0 of 3 tonight. It all balances out.
It all balances out for me. Well, I got one, and the one I got was the one that I changed at the last minute, which was Trey Jones, taking the under on him for the points, rebounds, and assists at minus 115. I took the under on him. Yabusele, I just missed. He had 6 rebounds. I took the over at 6.5.
You're right there.
I was right there. Just missed it. I was not right there on my man Jay Huff, who I took the over on for 1.5 blocks. He didn't have a single block out there. Not one. I was a little surprised. He had more 3. He was having more fun at the 3-point line
I was going to say.
than he was doing that.
Good old 5 of 7 from downtown night.
Right. But we put one in, you know what I mean? Coming off, like you said, coming off the 3 for 3 on the Sunday. But we put one in the bucket right there. Like I said, Cash Money Carroll wasn't happy with me with these picks because I was, I wasn't at the underground meeting. I told her I had something to do. And Macaroni Tony and them, I got to go talk to them later. We're going to work it out. We're going to come back much better, ready to go. Matt going to have his ready. I'm going to have mine ready with the crew.
Always.
And we're going to be on point for y'all, baby.
Shout out to Bet365. Always fun making them pregame picks. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Make your own picks. CHGO365 is the promo code. All right, I heard a jingle. Let's talk to the GOAT, Chloe.
That's why it's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, it's our guy, Will the GOAT Gottlieb. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard with promo code GOAT, so you can read all of his stuff for diehards only. GOAT! What a tank top tonight, man. I mean, Bulls got worked. Like, flirted with franchise records for points allowed at half. Siakam only needed to play 22 minutes. The B team Pacers just whooped up on him anyway.
I mean, that was kind of what I think a lot of people were hoping and expecting for to happen after the All-Star break. And, they've gone through some ups and downs, but this was like the absolute maxed out version of, I think, how bad they can and should look here the rest of the way. You got a bunch of minutes from the two-way guys. Lachlan played 17, McClung 11 minutes with 8 points, and Yuki played 16 minutes. I think it's just tough with and I'm just coming out of the locker room where there's just sort of a malaise over the group. It's a tough situation. I think they all kind of realize they're not playing for anything at this point, but they still want to go out strong. They still want to have sort of like the competitive integrity piece of what they've been pushing for. That game just wasn't really it. I mean, the first half was just not competitive. They were bleeding points at the rim. You guys just mentioned Jay Huff. He and just everybody was just draining threes. Ethan Thompson was going crazy. Jalen Slauson had a couple. They were killing them, and there was zero resistance. So I think on the one hand, you see the bigger picture and you recognize, hey, look, this is what's best for them. This is a good thing, especially against a team that on paper you probably are better than and you should beat. And when Milwaukee does you a favor and wins a game last night against the Dallas Mavericks, like this is kind of what you need to do to get that game advantage. But at the other point of it, it's like these guys want to go in and compete. They want to carve out a role for themselves in the NBA, and they want a chance to prove themselves. And it was tough. Like, I think when things are going bad, you like want to turn to basketball and you want to focus on basketball. And then when you turn to basketball and you focus on basketball and this is the result, it's tough.
Yeah. I talked about the lineup that ended the game and the one that came in that second quarter where the Bulls made it a little bit fun for a while. And I said that I think that's the lineup Matt and I had wanted to see, like if they were talking about being a tanking team, that's the lineup I kind of wanted to see out there. Were you able to speak to any of those guys that were playing, from Yuki to Matt McClung to Leonard Miller? Any of those, or Dillingham and those guys who were out there at that time? And did you even get a look at them as far as like assessing their game, because they all got a substantial amount of minutes, more so playing together as that kind of contingency than we've seen?
I did not get a chance to talk. The only person we talked to today was Yabu. So I don't have anything for you on that side of it. I think, it's just tough to take away much of anything, I think, at this time of year. Like, even the fact that they were playing against another bad team who was not playing a lot of their key guys, and was, playing a bunch of like fringe NBA players or guys that have been bouncing around. Like, I just don't know how much more you can get out of this game than you would a G League game or than you would a summer league game. It is what it is, but it's nice to see those guys playing well. Of course you'd rather see them play well than not, but it's just hard to take much away from it. Like, we've seen Mac McClung average 30 plus a night in the G League. We've seen him score 59 points. He had a couple of nice moments tonight. I don't think that necessarily like proves that he's an NBA player that deserves to be playing, on a regular contract. Maybe it does, but I just don't know that you can take that away. So it's nice to see those guys. I think Yuki especially, just like the steal, the assist that he had at the end of, I think it was the end of the first quarter. The energy that he brings, the intensity he plays with, like picking guys up full court. And you have to, if you're going to be that small, you have to find ways to impact the game. He really does that, and that's what's fun and exciting. And the fans just love him. I mean, every single time he comes to the game, it's like the crowd wakes up from a slumber and they're like ready to go. So it's fun to watch those guys. I think Laughlin's getting a little bit more of an opportunity the last couple of games, and that's good to see too. I just don't know how much you take away from any of these. I mean, it's like two teams that are desperately trying to lose games and playing like 10 guys that are just not really NBA players. I don't mean that they're not like capable of playing minutes in the NBA. I just mean they're not like high level rotation players in a regular season where you're like competing for the playoffs. Maybe some of them can get to that point. Maybe some of them are, but this combination of them is not, I don't think, conducive to really taking too much away.
What more can you tell us about what Billy had to say regarding Josh Giddey being a late scratch in this game with some hamstring tightness? I think your tweet specified that it was the same hamstring that's caused Josh issues throughout the season. Day to day, do we expect to see Josh play in any of these final meaningless remaining 6 games? What can you tell us there?
Yeah, Billy called it day to day. Right now, it was basically just feeling some tightness in that same spot where, I don't know if you guys remember, it was like, I can't remember who they were playing, but it was like right after halftime, and he came up and he just kind of grabbed his hamstring and immediately like missed, came out of the game, missed a couple of weeks. So I think they're just being careful, and that's what they should be doing. Same thing I think happened with Jalen, where it's like, could he go through a ramp up process and in a couple of days when the pain goes and the soreness and tightness goes away, and then enter a ramp up phase and then try to get him back for like the last 2 games of the season or 1 game of the season? It's just probably not worth it. And I think with Giddey, I don't think it will be his last game of the year, but I do think that they're just going to be really careful. Maybe it ends up being that way, but it just, from what it sounded like, I think Billy would have shut him down if that were the case. But he said day to day. I do think that, there's a case to be made that it's just like what's best for him and the organization, and that's what they should do. But I know that they're cognizant of like getting fined for, and like Siakam's still out there. I know they're cognizant of getting in trouble by the league for, anti-tanking measures. So I think they're trying to be careful of that, but clearly they're heading that direction with guys. And if this is kind of the product and the result, then I think, maybe they will be okay with just, if he comes back against maybe some of the better teams, the Knicks, the Suns that they play. But yeah, I mean, they've got some games to lose here. I mean, 1 game of cushion against Milwaukee is not going to be enough when you look at both of those team schedules.
Is there any update on the other injuries out there, like guys like my main man, Nick Richards, and things like that?
I think he's going to be on the day-to-day side as well. He's been on the injury report as questionable, I think, the last couple of games. So it seems like he's trending in the right direction. But it's just hard to say. And I think they're going to just be really careful with all these guys. I mean, Richards, Yabusele, all the veterans, and especially the guys that aren't going to be here. It's like they got to be really careful with, like, do we want to really allow these guys to potentially win us a game that could cost us in the lottery? And I think the obvious answer for that is no, but they're like I mentioned, trying to sort of navigate the the rules and the strictness of the NBA around this stuff. So I think while they are injured, they're just going to take everything incredibly slowly to come back so that they can kind of lean on the actual injuries that they've sustained.
Goat, I know you used the word malaise to describe the Bulls locker room tonight, and understandably so, given the fact that they've been eliminated and are playing out the final strings here. Curious, as the team was on a 4-game road trip while all of that drama around Jaden Ivey was going on, and now they're back home, back in the building, was there any noticeable shift in energy, vibes, et cetera? I know that a couple of players, I think Giddey and then at morning shoot around today, Trey Jones, have been, facing the media, responding to this, even though they may have not known a whole lot about it themselves. Billy has addressed it. Is there anything like a cloud has been lifted, or is it just like, hey, business as usual, there's just one fewer guy around?
I think it's more the latter. I mean, you talk to some of these guys and it's like, he just wasn't around that much. I don't think they really got a chance to know him on a deep level. Obviously, he played a handful of games. Billy was kind of describing the process of getting him here and onboarded, where it was like he kind of showed up at the Toronto arena and it was like, let's try to get this guy ready to play tonight. Let's teach him some of the terminology here are some of the plays that we're going to run. But then he played 4 games and then he had the 1 DNP and then he just wasn't around as much. He was rehabbing. I think he was around the team a little bit when they were in town, but certainly like when they're on these road trips, he wasn't going with. So that's, I think, when a lot of the bonding takes place, a lot of the just the relationship building happens. And when he wasn't there, I just think it's hard to really, obviously, like there's a connection there. You're on the same team, but it's just not quite the same. So I don't really feel like it was a weight has been lifted. I think obviously they're aware of all of the noise that's going on. And like, I don't think most of those guys want to focus on that stuff. They want to focus on basketball and like get themselves ready to play the game that they love playing. So maybe in that sense, but I mean, certainly the actual, what I heard from people was nothing like that. It was all just kind of like, let's just, it is what it is. We're wishing him the best and we're going to move on.
Before we let you go real quick, anything from Billy and his post-game comments tonight that you found interesting or noteworthy? I think Bulls fans right now are wondering if this guy is going to be around much longer, and a tough result for him tonight because he's still trying to get W's.
Yeah, we were asking him a little bit pregame about like how he's handling this. I mean, he's gone through like some incredible personal tragedies over the last few weeks, just with his family, and then on top of that, he was with Vooch for 5 years. He was with Kobe for 6 years. He was with Io for 5 years. Like a lot of these guys that he's really connected to, and that's on top of losing Alex and DeMar and Zach and all these guys that he came here to coach. So I think it's been a really challenging season for him. I'm writing about that now. But basically, he's said it's just like it's been one of the hardest years that he can remember, both obviously on the court with all the trades and the record and all of that, but then on top of it, obviously the personal stuff. So the fact that he continues to show up every day and just be like, oh, we got the lights out.
That's the cue.
That happens, Chloe. That happens.
There we go.
You gotta it's not you. It's not you.
Oh, it's a
It's him.
sensor.
It's
It's the sensor.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the sensor in this room. That means my time is coming. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that he's been able to show up and be so consistent, I think goes unnoticed and underappreciated. But the one thing I'll add from his postgame, on top of just like the commentary that had about like the defense and the struggles there, was about Matas and his facilitation. 6 assists tonight. And so I was asking him about it, and he was like, well, what happens with young players when they start to handle the ball a little bit more, I think that's an important thing, but like he can't turn it over 4 times. So it was just an interesting conversation with him about like the balance between understanding the reads and getting the experience and like playing through some of that stuff while also not taking it too far and ending up in a situation where you're in the air and you got to turn around and make a pass and no one's there and you turn it over. So that's just experience stuff. But I think it was a good sign from Matas today. I don't feel like it was a particularly great game from him in terms of his impact on the game and just his ability to like drive offense. But and so I got to go rewatch those actual assists, but it's a great number for him. It's a great stat line. And I think him developing into that kind of a player that can really play make and open up the floor for other players to make them better. I think that's when you're talking about him really elevating into like all-star caliber. Even if he's just like a good scorer, 3-point shooter and rim protector, that's great. But like, I think what makes a great player is then you can be able to use the threat that you have as a scorer to then create open shots for your teammates. So that's what I want to see from him. And we'll see how much more he continues to get a chance at. I mean, it's been kind of a slow progress for him in terms of last year not getting to play much in the start of the year and then getting more opportunity but not having the ball. And now he's really had a chance to run more pick and roll and see some offense run through him. And so I think this is really good growth opportunity for him.
Go, we appreciate it, buddy. Our friend Paul in the chat is telling you to walk towards the light. But, not in the death way. Just
Not
like
yet.
train.
My time
It's
is
a train.
my
Get
time is
yourself
not
some
done
light.
yet.
It's a train.
We appreciate the time and the insights, buddy. Bulls Nation, become a diehard at CHGO with promo code GOAT so you can read all of his great stuff, including what he just teased. Piece about Billy Donovan dropping soon. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. Buddy, we will talk to you on Friday.
See you guys then.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to GOAT joining us on that Xfinity mobile call in line. Xfinity, imagine that. Before we get to a tank spin, and I see we do have that number that we
72.
needed. Shout out to y'all.
Look at y'all.
Just one or two more thoughts quickly on Matas. I'm glad GOAT
you
brought
brought
him
that
up at the end there.
Because I had questions for you, too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, he, mentioned some of Billy's thoughts about Matas being more of a facilitator tonight. And, okay, 6 assists is nice. Honestly, dude, shout out to Matas, who had himself a nice little Josh Giddey stat line tonight.
He did.
17, 9, 6 with 4 turnovers.
That is a Giddey stat.
That's a
line.
Josh Giddey game.
Absolutely it is.
That's a Josh Giddey game.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that only partly in jest. Like, that's what a Josh Giddey game is.
Yeah.
Like GOAT, I was not that impressed with Matas tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Saw a couple of nice moves, couple of nice moments, but 2 of 4 inside, 3 of 7 from outside. Don't love that ratio.
Okay.
Especially on a night when you think Matas might have more opportunities to be an on-ball creator, which means more opportunities for him to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket. He did go 4-4 at the line, so shout out to him for doing that.
Always good.
But those 4 turnovers, he earned every one of them, and I don't say that as a compliment. I mean, like, Matas had some poor decision making tonight.
Yeah, and honestly, I want him to get 4 more the next game, and then 4 more the next game after that, and after that, and after that. I've said it a million times, I want all the mistakes.
Yeah.
All of them. So even at the end of the first quarter where he forgets the time on the clock and he doesn't pass the ball in time to get the shot off, and Billy was not pleased at him about that. So, but yes, give me that mistake. Let him mess up. I like the fact that it was him who was more of the on-ball creator, more so than it was at Trey Jones. In some instances, it was him doing it much more and taking the onus on himself to do those things, because that's what I want to see. For me, that's the development. If I'm going to see that, then play him the next however many games, Matt. If he's going to get that opportunity, play him however many games are left. For me, I want to see all of that, bro, because that is what you get when, as far as like stuff you can learn in game that you can't get while you're in practice in the off season. Running the team is something you can learn and absolutely develop from these past 6 games or last 6 games that they have. So I would love to see him doing that. And you're right. I wasn't like over the moon impressed with it. It was more the numbers look impressive, more so than the game looked impressive from Matas Buzelis. But you're looking at it, you're like, 17, 9, and 6, great. 4 turnovers, awesome. But throw in 2 steals with that he had. So I'm with all of that of him filling up his stat sheet, because that will only make him a better basketball player. And the turnovers, I think, will get less and less and less the more that you allow him the freedom to fail. He has to have the freedom to fail, which is why I want him doing all the things that he was out there trying to do tonight. Let him do it the next game. Let him do it the next game, man. I want all of this stuff from him. I know what Josh Giddey is as far as him and how he moves and how he does his thing. I know what Trey Jones is, how he does, how he moves, and how he does things. I don't know if Matas has that or not, but I get glimpses and flashes of it like, oh, it might be something here. Oh, it might not be something here. Oh, but then that's it. You know what I mean? Then I don't see it again. No, give him this runway. Allow him all that freedom to screw up and make a million more mistakes, but I would like to see more of it. But to your point, yes, I want to see more of those points coming from inside. Yeah, I don't want to see him camping out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Taking a bailout shot. No, take your behind inside and go try to score, because the first thing he did when the game started was do that. And that's how he got to the free throw line kind of early, was doing it that kind of way. So I want more of that from Matas Buzelis. But again, if you're going to allow him to do that and allow him to have these opportunities for success and failure, then play him all of these games. Because I think the best part of this, Matt, was the fact for me, he almost played 30 minutes. And the reason it wasn't was because of the score and what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got mad close to getting that, but that's the only reason he didn't. But what he did do was play the most points on the team.
Most minutes?
Yes, most points. Most minutes on the team is what he did. And that, for me, is awesome. So allow that to continue if that's going to be the case.
Yeah. Whereas if Josh is ailing in any way with that hamstring, shut him down.
Well,
shut him down yesterday.
Yeah. Injury dead.
But, like, if Matas is healthy, if Matas wants to play him. Like, that at that point, like, there's only a insofar to a degree that you could say, well, you have risk versus reward. What do you do? Like, whatever. Let Matas play. I think
there's more to gain for me right now than there is to lose.
I think so too. And you talking about let him keep making mistakes, let him keep turning the ball over. Absolutely. Also, just another reminder that I want Matas working on two things first and foremost this summer.
Okay.
And it's not about putting on a weight of muscle.
Okay.
The 3-ball is fine.
Okay.
Handles and finishing through contact at the rim.
Correct.
Those two things.
Yep.
We saw him do that tonight, but we didn't see him do it exceptionally well. Mm-hmm. We saw him try to do that and mostly fail.
Yes, absolutely right.
That's what it's about this summer. Whoever he's working with one-on-one, get your beater like pillow pads or whatever. And, like, actually, I want people actually hitting Matas.
Yeah.
Like, in his just, like, off-season one-on-one workouts and routines. I don't want people hacking him with flagrants, but, you need to be working on handles with defense in your face. Not faux defense, not traffic cones.
Right.
To improve those handles through pressure and finishing through contact.
Yeah.
Because if Matas can do that a lot better than even tonight, a so-so game, you're looking at, 25, 26 points instead of 17 on an off night.
Start making Chloe sounds over here, bro.
Exactly. Instead of four free throws, you're taking 8.
Yes.
That's the difference that Go talks about a lot.
Yes.
With that, before we get out of here, it's Take Spin time.
Come on, Chlorilla.
We've earned it, Bulls Nation.
Chlorilla.
I've been trying to keep the ads off of it, but it's really hard.
No, it's
all
all
those
right.
ads, all those pop-ups. There's a lot of
ads.
pop-ups in Tankathon. You know what? I let them have it because, bless their hearts, they do good work.
They do.
They provide us with what we need this time of year.
But you meant those ads, like for basketball, Tankathon.com.
Yeah.
But let's hit this.
Look at that.
Let's hit this.
Bulls
Here
have
we
a
go.
whole game cushion.
Here we go.
In that 9
She hit
spot.
it.
Chloe. Oh, my God. How many W's is that for you on
Hey,
Take
Chloe,
Spins?
you be nailing it. You be nailing
Dude,
it from way down.
I saw our guy Josie hanging out in the chat earlier. He better watch his back, man.
Yeah, man.
Chloe's coming for his
She's
job.
coming for it, man. All right? She's not playing around. She's coming for it. Can I see that screen again, please? I wanted to see who was second.
At that.
Okay, with the Pacers getting the second.
Pacers keep their
so
pick.
they would keep their pick. Brooklyn
and
getting the
Washington. The other two tankers
So,
at 3 and 4.
What's interesting is that those are all Eastern Conference teams in the
Hey-o,
top 4.
that's right.
Something we rarely see. We rarely see the Eastern Conference winning that many first-round picks.
I mean, look at that. So Washington falls 3 spots to number 4 as one of the worst top 3 teams.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, then it's the bad West team, Sacramento, Utah, Dallas, New Orleans, Memphis right there at 5 through 9.
Yeah.
That's basically, other than the Bulls jumping to number 1, that's chalk.
That's chalk.
That's him right there.
Yeah, seriously, man. I'm with this. And again, Atlanta walking away with that New Orleans pick.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Shout out Brian Wilson.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, that's cool stuff.
Ego saying send Chloe to New York for good luck.
Chloe is the GOAT. Yeah, you get it now.
That's what happens when you win the draft lottery.
Yeah, man. You give the people that, they give you the love. That's how it occurs.
The real one. Goes. That's the important one.
That's it.
1 month and 9 days from now is April 1st.
Yep.
May 10th.
That's it.
Right around the corner, y'all.
Right around the corner.
We got a few more Bulls games to knock out between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Then early off-season coverage.
Yep.
But it'll be here.
It'll be here before you know it.
the good news, we'll have playoff NBA basketball to watch in the meantime.
That's true.
Keep us entertained. That's not too far away either.
That's true.
Bulls are off tomorrow. We're off tomorrow. We'll be back Friday for Bulls Knicks coverage. Heading to MSG for the final time this season. Follow Dave Bow, BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Again, our guy, Will the Goat Gottlieb, Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff on CHGO.com. Shout out to the queen of the take, spin, and the controls.
Yes.
The one and only Chloe Thiel. Pleasure as always.
Yep.
And shout out to you yourselves, Bulls Nation, for watching that game if you did. Bless your hearts. Or for just tuning in to postgame while skipping that game. Bless y'all's hearts too. Solid choice tonight. We'll talk to y'all on Friday. Hit the like on your way out. See you around. Be good.
Flaming hot funyuns for everybody.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Number one.
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.